Hey guys, Stan here, back with another guitar lesson, and today we're going to be learning the song Aerials by System of a Down. Let's jump into it. First thing we're going to want to do is make sure we have our guitar tuned correctly. This song is going to be in drop C. The notes for drop C are C, G, C, F, A, D. For the intro of this song, it's really this three-string picking pattern between the sixth, or the top string, the fifth, and the fourth. And that just repeats over and over. If you can get that picking pattern down clean and at tempo, you've basically mastered about 80% of this song. You can also do this finger style, which would be a cool rendition to the tune. All right, so we're gonna play the intro riff here. It's gonna follow that three-string picking pattern almost all the way through. You will notice in one section of the tab, it does actually just alternate between the sixth and the fifth string. They do that just so that the riff lands in the time signature. So again, I'll play that at tempo, just follow along. And you notice right here on the seventh and the fifth fret, that's where you saw it just went to those two strings. All right, now we'll play it a little bit slower for you. Follow along. And you just repeat that section. For the second half of the intro, they take that exact same pattern up about an octave. So starting on the 12th fret. So again, we'll play that at tempo. Again, I'm ending the lesson just on harmonics, but they just kind of chug it. Play that now a little bit slower, a little difficult on the acoustic, probably a lot easier on an electric guitar. All right, for the verse, they're just gonna hang on this power chord that's on either the 8th fret, so it's just a bar across the 8th fret. I'm going to play it actually down on the 5th string just because I get a little bit of buzz. The Taylor doesn't like being tuned down. So again, if your guitar's set up for it, you can just chug here on the 8th fret with a power chord. You can hear that buzz in there. Really irritating. If you follow the specific rhythm of this chord, it can sound a little bit surgical. So if you're looking at the tab, it's like... What I always encourage people to do is make sure you're listening to the tune, and I tend to follow the feel and the rhythm of the vocals and the band, and a little bit less about what's specifically outlined within the tab. Again, I just highly recommend try to make it musical. Sometimes if you're just so focused on hitting those rhythms specifically in a song like this, it gets a little bit sterile. And then for the turn, they're going to do a little chug in an octave. So what I'm going to show you that's a little bit different than the tab is I like to slide into the octaves. Again, for the exact same reason, is adds a little bit of personality and a little bit of feel and a little bit of my style to the song. If you want to be true to exactly what's played, you can just go... So again, I'll play my version a little bit different at tempo, and then we'll do it a little bit slower. And we'll play that slow. Another thing I like to do to make it a little bit spicy is just throw a little bit of a gallop in there. 4 on the floor is great, but let's make it a little bit saucy. Another thing that you could do as an idea is something like this. Again, make it your own, make it musical, have fun with it, but giving you the framework of how the song goes. You basically just repeat that again, and then you go back into the intro riff. So again, you've already learned 80% of the song. As they go to the bridge then, all they're doing is, instead of sitting on that 8th fret for your power chord or 1st fret if you're on the 5th string, they just go down a half step and they just chug on that. So it's... For the next section, they're just going to take that intro riff and do some power chords. Make it chunky, make it heavy. Play that slower now. The second time through, you can play that the exact same way. I like to, again, add a little bit of spice to it. I like to fill it out a little bit, make it a little bit heavier. So if you actually add, let's use an example on this power chord. On the 3rd string, if you go up 2 frets and then add an additional fret on the 2nd string, and you can even bar this very top note with your index finger. Get this really huge sounding power chord. So the second time through, what I like to do just to build tension and build aggression is just go. And then the song ends just going back to that intro riff. And there you go. You've now learned Aerials by System of a Down. If you guys have liked this guitar lesson, let me know in the comments what other songs you'd like me to cover. Make sure you take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out here. And I'll catch you in the next one.